ተከታታዮች ሰላም ጤና ይስጥልኝ። አዲሱ ዓመት ደግሞ ያ ፋሲል ውስጤ ነው። ፋሲል ከነማ ዛሬ ከባህርዳር ከነማ ጋር ጨዋታ ስላለው ምናልባት ጨዋታውን በስነ ስርዓት ማስተላለፍ ባልችልም ግን ያ አንዳንዴ በሞባይል አድርጌ ላሳያችሁ ሞክራለሁ። ፋሲል ከነማ ውስጤ ነው፣ ባህርዳር ከነማ ውስጤ ነው። ግን ደግሞ አደላለው ለፋሲል አሁን እረፍት ላይ ናቸው። 1-0 ናቸው። ከቅድም ነበር የገባሁት በስልኬ ግን ያ ላይቭ ለመግባት አልተመቸኝም ነበረ። አሁን በመሀሪ ደገፋው ፋሲል ከነማ ውስጤ ነው በሚለው ሙዚቃ እንቆያለን። ቀጥሎ ያው በስልክ ያስተላልፍላችኋለሁ ማለት ነው። አሁን እረፍት ላይ ናቸው። በ15 ደቂቃ ትንሽ ደቂቃ ነው የሚቀራቸው። በጣም የሚያሳዝነው የባህርዳር ከነማ ተጫዋች አንድ ጫፍ ሰጥቶ ነበረ መጀመሪያ። ከዛ ሁለተኛ ደግሞ አሁን ጋሜ ቢጫ ስለተሰጠው በቀይ ካርድ ከሜዳ ውጭ ሆኗል። አዝናለሁ በጣም ግን ደግሞ ያው ጨዋታ ስለሆነ ምንም ማድረግ አይቻልም። በአንድ ተጫዋች ጎዶሎ ነው እየተጫወተ ያሉት። ያው ተጫዋቹ ትንሽ መጠቀም ነበረበት፣ ግን ደግሞ ስሜት ስለሆነ በጨዋታ ሰዓት ያን ነገር አያስታውስም ማለት ነው። እንከታተላለን። በእንግሊሽም ነው የሚያስተላልፉት። ያው እንከታተላለን።
And in the process, he managed to go back and slot in his 5th goal of the season. Well, as expected, that Bujit Kasim, we did expect that he was going to be the point man for Fasil Kenema, and he has actually lived up to expectation. For Fasil Kenema, he's been a man to go to, but again, the tightly knit defense side, but that has been put up by Yared Boy and Kidi Kolibai for Fasil Kenema has really proved to be a hard nut to crack. Well, we do expect that Jesus, the goalkeeper, and in fact, Fasil have decided to bring in Enoch. I mean, Infantry Salsa for Enoch Aboke. We expected that to happen because Enoch Aboke has really not had any impact in this game for Fasil for Bahrdar. And the reason why they decided to bring out an offensive player and bring in a striker in form of a forward in form of Girma Disasa.
ያው ቀጥታ እንዳላስተላልፍላችሁ ዩቲዩብ ላይ ወይም ደግሞ የቀጥታ ቴሌቪዥን ላይ ስርጭት ስለሌለ ነው። ይህን ማየው በራሳችን ቻናል በፋሲል ከነማ ቻናል ብቻ ነው እየተከታተላችኋለሁ ማለት ነው።
And now that Bahrdar are one man down, they can also borrow from that, and we do expect some fireworks in the second half.
We're into the second half now, and Said Kiara and Aweki Abraham will take you through the commentary in Amharic. Gilbert, thank you very much for that opening. Together with I will be together with Gilbert to take you through the second 45 minutes of this game. So a big expectation in the second half. The changes have already been made, and Enoch Walker forward comes up. They replace him with another forward, Girma Disasa. I think they want to strengthen the forward line, and they want to look for that elusive goal because they are all looking for points here, and they want to see whether they can pick up at least one by first leveling the game, and then think about whether they can go for all three in trying to get the double win altogether. So now Fasil will be playing from left to right, and then the Bahrdar side from right to left. The story will still be unfolding. That the Bahrdar coach has the name of the Fasil Kenema team. His name is actually Fasil Tekalin. And plus the fact that they know each other very well with the coach on the Fasil side, having been his captain when Siom Kibede was the coach. It means the student versus teacher fight is the one that we're also watching on the field of play. But Bahrdar again have got to blame the overzealousness of one of their players, Hossein Ali. You know, he had been on the bench and had been playing on the second team most of the time, so he was just a little bit nervous of his performance in the first team, and was accorded that chance to start. We've seen exactly what it has done to him. Here is a cross from Bahrdar, the free kick that has been taken from the right side. And then Mickey Gilma almost makes a mockery of the entire situation. I wonder what the defender is doing up at the front. This is Solomon Wodesa. Can't match the run that the rest usually have up at the front. He's going to have a free kick given to him. But I think it's also part of the fact that they're trying to give it more than 100% and give it about 110% in the game because of the absence of one of the players that makes Walden to be way up there. Wodesa to be up there for Bahrdar. Free kick with Sabaki Mikel organizing himself. Trying to get his men to cover one side and then he goes to cover the other side. It calls for a lot of tact when you take a free kick from that direction. And a curve on the right side with some good connection but just not on target. The curve coming from Gilman Disasa. But then this man just doesn't put it in the net, but he's totally unmarked and it goes to his foot. Well floated, and he knew that the Fasil Kenema defenders were way up here and he decided to play the ball right the other side. That's right, where we call the blind side. Men of a wall should have had some calculation. He got onto that ball, but he didn't do well with it. Not going to blame himself though. As Fasil tried to find a way of coming out. There would be very real danger if Fasil tried to stay back and defend what they have at the moment. Shimeki Guksa brings it back into the center. They've got one man advantage. You have to remember that Bahrdar have lost Hossein Ali in a red card in the 29th minute, but they played well with the remaining minutes. Can they then manage to hold on? Falling just too easily. It's better to take a shot from outside of the box, which again has been blocked. They still attempt to have total control of the ball at the moment. But the players know very well just how technical they are. Keep pushing for it. Fitsu Malemo finally penalized for that foul against Eneo Kasahuna. So when you have one man less, Gilbert, how do you organize yourself in the second half? When you have the discussion at halftime, what do you tell each other? Apart from just putting in 110%, there's going to be a particular way in which that 110 has to be put in that might just help the team more, because the Fasil side will have one man extra at every time. And they need to take advantage of that as well. How do you organize yourself? They need to keep their cool and also lose possession. They should be quick enough to be able to get that possession back. That should be the discussion that they were having at halftime, the Bahrdar side. What about the discussion on the Fasil Kenema side? Now you must remember that Kenema is the city administration. Yes, you're right. They do know that Fasil will definitely knock the ball around. Now, since they have one man extra, they have to deny them the time and space to be able to knock the ball around. And for that extra man, they have to be extremely quick on transition and try and utilize the opportunities that come their way. Okay, this is Ali Mofitsu. Brings himself into a difficult situation. As the ball now plays off to the left side, it's going to be a throw-in. Siom Kemede. He doesn't have a headache. And he's not really thinking about when the game will end. It's just in a constant contrast to what Fasil Kenema is doing, looking at the game. There is calls for the referee, and I don't know why they think they can influence the referee's decision. Once he's made a decision, he's made the decision. And Tess is an international referee. He knows exactly when the players are grandstanding. And with the kind of singing and dancing we've had in this game, it's very obvious that there's more grandstanding than before. Chibeke Guksa changes it onto the left side. He knows the value of the spaces. He seems to be the only one who's seeing the spaces on the left side every time they're bringing in the ball. You're right, and they're actually trying to utilize the offense by Amsalu Della, who's the man on the ball right now. He's very, very forceful when he's moving forward. But he loves to change the wing. He's also avoiding responsibility in the two times that there has been a cross to that side. He's brought it back to the right side all the time. This is played back to the defenders. That's the man you're talking about. Yeah, and I feel he doesn't want the responsibility here, but it's pretty obvious. He wants to bring it back to the right side all the time. And so the men who prefer to take responsibility, including Enyel, will go for it. They have a run down on the right side. Coming it back to a good turn on the right side. Lifted up nicely. Here is a shot, not on target. Samuel Yohannes, second time that he's taking a shot like that from outside. He's got the right ideas, Gilbert. He just needs to do some right calculations. I think he's been listening to you talking about yards.
Look at his positioning.
He's slightly further off, but he's right at the center, you know?
That's exactly where you want to place a man who knows how to take shots from afar.
Okay.
That particular position is about 18 plus 6, 24 yards times 1.5.
That's too much mathematics for a good afternoon, Gilbert. Let's just say he was far off and optimistic in taking that shot, and it wasn't on target as well. But Yohannes has done it twice. That tells you he's got the intention.
Yes.
But now the calculation of it is what he's got to work on. Plus, he scored a goal already in another match, and so he knows the value of scoring a goal for his side. He's taking the responsibility. Foul, yeah? That will be given to the Bahrdar side, who started it quickly to the captain, rather to the captain of their side, Fikre Michael Alemu, today on the field of play. Is the man who's the captain. Trying to get the ball down into the center. This one they leave to the goalkeeper. And Harrison Hesu is happy to start the build-up for Bahrdar down on the right side. The midfield is suffering on the Bahrdar side, Gilbert. It's suffering there, not getting the balls into that area at all. And the reason why I think that Fasil Kenema are avoiding that midfield is because they're also changing it onto the right side every time they're going onto the left. So there's a cramming of three men on the Bahrdar side, on that right side of attack. And so they're preferring to come down onto the right side where they have less men.
What they're doing is that they're sliding towards where the action is. Once you slide on where the action is, they'll always be one man way outside of the other side for you to be able to switch.
Okay, they've got one man extra every time. They're making a substitution, the Fasil side. Instead of going out of the field of play, Chapchikesti will come into the field of play in place of Bereket Desta.
Oh, Barakat Sketwa.
So a forward for an attacking midfielder, Gilbert. Is that a good idea?
It's a good idea.
Fans seem to like it, yeah?
They do like
Every
it.
south line of Barakat Sketwa.
One man extra to expect that Bereket Desta would be the one to bring in the process, but he hasn't.
Yes.
And they feel that Hamtamo Tekeste will add more punch, especially moving forward, and also when they want to defend, he drops back to come and help with the midfield.
He's going to have a double role here that is crucial for the survival of Fasil Kenema in today's derby. It's the Amara derby. Two teams coming from the Amara region, about 600 kilometers north of Addis Ababa, and about 567 for the Bahrdar
ሁለት
side. They're just
ወንድማማቾች
neighbors
ነው
there.
የሚጫወቱት። ፋሲል ከነማና ባህርዳር ከነማ መለየት አይቻልም፣ ግን ፋሲል ምንጊዜም ውስጤ ነው
Know
ለኔ።
each other because of the neighborliness. Oh, that's a very hard header. That will be a foul as well. And you might injure yourself, and Mujib shouldn't get himself into a situation like that. He has no reason absolutely to go into an unnecessarily difficult foul, Gilbert. He can just play his game, and even his presence in that forward line is enough trouble already to any of the defenders. Bahrdar looking to where to play the ball. Gilman Disasa is now very central to their attacks as well.
56ኛው ደቂቃ ከ09 ሰከንድ ላይ ናቸው። እስካሁን 1-0 ናቸው።
And then they've got another man up front who they're relying on in Baye Gezahin. Mujib is challenging for this ball. Hesu, can he get the ball from Mujib? Oh, Hesu chips a little bit of the ground off. Doesn't send the ball too far off. Fasil now trying to go for it, but the control is the one that lets them down. As Bahrdar now pick up the ball. Good play in the midfield. Victor Malemo tries to go to the blind side of the defender, but the ball remains with the defender and that stops him short of his run. He's the one who's playing as the out-and-out striker for Bahrdar now. Yeah, Fasil Kenema has 2 goals to his credit and well executed at this particular
Offside.
point in time. They are really, really not giving him an opportunity to play. And one of the strikers we did expect a lot from him, that is Bahrdar Kenema, has also been tightly marked and no space being afforded to him. Yeah, I saw him a few minutes ago. He was complaining to the referee about some attack on him on the shin, and he expected that he was going to get a foul for that. He didn't realize that the game had moved on so far. It can't be reversed at that point. So that grandstanding by Gezahen will not work out at this moment. He's got to just play the game. Still, it's the kind of game that produces a superhero, because leveling the scores with what we're seeing here by anyone from Bahrdar will endear them immensely to the fans, and pulling another one to make it 2 here for Fasil will make them, whoever scores, an even better man in the eyes of the fans. Around on the left side, the attempt to cut it back by Shimeken Guksa.
ምናልባት ብዙዎቻችሁ ኳስ ላትወዱ ትችላላችሁ። እኔ ግን በጣም ኳስ እወዳለሁ እና ለዛ ነው ኳስ የምከታተለው። አንዳንዶቻችን ያ በብዛት አርሰናል፣ ማንቸስተር ፕሪሚየር ሊግ ቢሆን እንከታተላለን። የሀገራችን ኳስ ሲሆን ግን አንከታተልም እና አንዳንዴ ይገርመኛል። ግን የሰው ሁሉ ፍላጎት ይለያያል እና መከታተል የምትፈልጉ መከታተል ትችላላችሁ። ለራሳችን በፌስቡክ ገጽ ገብታችሁ ኢትዮ ላይቭ ኢቨንትስ የሚለው ጋር ማየት ይቻላል። የግድ የዩቲዩብ ጋር ገብታችሁ ማየት ይጠበቅባችኋል ማለት አይደለም። ግን በኋላ አንዳንዶቻችሁ ምናልባት በኋላ ስትገቡ ልታዩት ትችላላችሁ። አሁን የምትከታተሉ ካላችሁ እኔ ብዙም ስለማትታዩ ብላችሁ መከታተል ትችላላችሁ ማለት ነው። ከወደዳችሁት ላይክ፣ ኮመንት መጻፉ ለእኔ ደግሞ ይጠቅመኛል። አንዳንዴ ማስተካከላቸው ነገሮች አዲስ ጀማሪ እንደመሆነ መጠን እኔ ደስ ያለኝ ሁሉ ነው ራሴ ማየት የምፈልገውን ነገር ነው ወደ እናንተ ማሳያችሁ ወይም ደግሞ እንድትከታተሉት ወይም እንድታዩት ማለት ነው። መሀል ላይ እየገባሁ የማወራው ምናልባት ያላችሁ ካላችሁ ለማለት ፈልጌ ነው፣ ስለማይታየኝ ነው። እስካሁን 59ኛው ደቂቃ ከ25 ሰከንድ ደርሰናል። 1-0 ናቸው።
To their own defenders, and I'm sure they've had the songs coming from the fans, so that's telling them that it's time to entertain as well. It looks very good when you're entertaining and you're leading the game, and I guess that adds to the creativity for the fans as well. They bring in all the nice songs. Good run down on the right side to the danger man Guksa. Unable to get through the defender. Good defending. The defending is Mohammed Rashid. Very good defending. He just stops him short in his run. Yeah, that's a good boxing. I can tell you for sure. Yeah, and that move similar to the Aka. Compared to this side, this is probably a more organized and choreographed one. But this is the side that is losing at the moment, trailing the game. But in terms of cheerleading, they are leading now. They are leading. There is also a race between the two. The fans of Bahrdar are leading by 2 goals to 0. I can tell you, I saw the earlier dance, Gilbert. If you add on to this one, it's clear. It's 2-0. I think it's because of the gender issue. Really? Yeah. Well, I just saw dancers. I didn't know what they were because they're all wearing trousers. Let me just remain with the scoreline. The possession is 62% for Fasil in the last 5 minutes, which is much higher than for the Bahrdar side. But today Samaki has had a full game in terms of he's been backing instructions. He hasn't had time to have a cup of Buna in his goal area because there's action that has been coming to him. He's had saves to make as well. And so he's feeling very, very involved in the game that is going on here. It's going to be a foul in the middle of the field. And it's because of this. Yeah, Surafel. Ewan Endasho just gets clamped on and goes down. It's being held by 2 Bahrdar players because they want to get on with it. But Ewan Endasho insists that he's got so much pain, they're going to call it the stretcher, I think. Yeah, that's what the referee has done. through the stretcher. The lighter there said knows these stats. He's an international referee. He knows these things happen in a game of football. You would know the two players, that is Gehun on the ground and Surafel, the Nacho. Yes, you definitely look at this penalty initially. He sent it to the left side of the goalkeeper with Harrison Hesu going the other side. You were telling me something about the two players and what would have happened. They're very similar in their style. Okay. Yeah. All right. Mujib Kasim is the man who scored the goal. 4 goals he's got to his credit. No, 5. 5 now because he has a hat-trick as well. He scored the opening goal against St. George for Fasil. And that set him up for a very comfortable and very confident subsequent game that he was playing. Kibede is issuing instructions. Do you think he's going to make another substitution? Well, I think his team is still playing well. If he wants to at least solidify maybe the front line, because Mujib, after scoring the first goal, he's actually gone to a lull that we expected. I think Fasil are going to have to make a change because you and Endesho couldn't even get off the stretcher. Oh, could he? There's that medicine that they're given and it gets them well so quickly. I think he's going to be able to come, but we will see. Fasil at the moment also playing one man less because Yehun Indesho was off the field of play. He's just walked in at the bottom of your picture there. Yeah, getting the feet now. And he sends it back into the midfield. Further forward, Mujib is dummying to try and take possession. This is quickly taken by Mikias Girma. Playing in those little reed boxes again with Fikri Michael Alemu. You call them grids? Yeah, grids. Okay. And then looking for a chance for a quick attack here, but Chimekin Guksa decides to play it to the right and then now brings it to the center. They're looking for the best opportunity. They're never in a hurry in the Ethiopian Premier League to release the ball unless they're in the perfect opposition. Now a cross or an intention for a cross by Amsalu Telawi. He tries to get back possession because he's so far off his line. We'll have to get back on time. That was his biggest worry. That's why he walks quickly towards his own line. That was the initial tackle. And a second one to block him off. And then by the time they were joining into the attack, it was judged against the Fasil Kenema side. That's the coach, Fasil Tekalin. No, he doesn't coach Fasil Kenema. He coaches Bahrdar. Very calm coach. Very, very calm. Younger of the coaches as well. Very amiable character. Speaks very good English as well, Gilbert. You should have a chat with him. I did. He speaks very, very good English. He actually understands the game very well. I need to talk to him and commend him for the good work that he has done. But his team is losing here, Gilbert. But they're playing well. They're playing well. I mean, they're holding themselves. Remember, they're one man down. But they're organizing themselves very well defensively. If you're given a choice to compliment one of the coaches at the end of the game, do you compliment the one who's won the game or the one who played well? Unfortunately for the game of football, playing well doesn't give you the goals. And I can tell you for sure, Siop Kibede is a happy man at the moment just because he's leading the game. That's all he wants. But he knows just how dangerous they are playing in at the moment. It's a small cushion to sit on. He's writing so many notes, and I'm sure that his next training will revolve around the notes that he has written today. And especially with the goal attempts. Yeah. They've had 8 of them and only 1 goal. The other side has had 4. They haven't found the net yet. A touch by Chimekin Gurksa, all the way back to Harrison Hesu. You realize that Bahrdar have restricted passing to playing the balls wide and not through the midfield. Yep. Yes. They're blocking them from getting through the center. Even Mujib's prowess has been cut down in the middle, which is a good thing as well. It is. And do you realize that Bahrdar are still playing one man less? They're playing one man less. The organization has been absolutely fantastic. They've sealed it so nicely. Yes. You can't quite know why. You can't quite know. This is Rosella. Yes, I know. That's him. He's feeling sad here. He's put on his jacket. Yes, Hossein Ali. But now he has to watch his team labor to try and stay in the game, and also chase the game to try and level the scores. While his inclusion here, if he had just remained calm, would have been very, very good for the side. And I guess if anything happens to them, they can always claim they were playing one man less because of that red card, and which was very rightly given because he was on a yellow card already. It's a very hard-working Absalo Chalahun. This is sent all the way back to the goalkeeper. Now again, Odessa coming back into that defense again, so it's changed position. He was pushing earlier on, but I guess when they brought in Irma Disasa, then he switched back to his natural position and let the midfield reorganize itself. Absalo Chalahun decided to play it all the way back to the captain, Mike Wale. Samake tries to get the right side of the attack working, but instead it goes to the center. And there are three men in that center at the moment, including Abtamu Tekeste. They're happy to knock the ball around, Gilbert, take a little pressure off and just take it easy. But the men from the Bahrdar do not want to take it easy. That just doesn't get there. Waited for it too long. If one, it could have gotten forward. Backfield to the midfield. They're not looking at the man on the left side. It's amazing that they would not have someone at the center to go for that ball. The inside. You know, they need to know where the better pass can be delivered, other than continuing to play those short passes. Yeah, but like you rightly pointed out, they've been restricted from coming in through the center, and that's why there's no one at the center for Fasil when the ball is going there. So they simply have to contend with playing it from the wings, and then ultimately try and build it into the box. But from the center, the Bahrdar side have cut it off totally. Ahmed Rashid is looking to have some touch on the left side that might just be of help to them. He's allowed to roll off the field. It's kept in play. Some quick feet of Ahmed Rashid gets the ball back into play. But they're knocking it around. I think they must have realized that that's the only way to get them off their line. The Bahrdar players, that is. And so if they knock it around, they know they have an extra man every time. It will just work for them well enough. That's what they're doing. I really want to do that. He just kicked without looking at where he was kicking. Substitution that has been done. Sort of dimension across the bench. They are still trying to make sure that everything works properly for them by bringing in another forward, Nathaniel Gabriel-Georges.
Daniel Gabriel-Georges.
Bernard Solo felt that Baju, in all the games that he has played, he's always tiring, and they've always pulled him out in and around the 70th minute. So tactic, isn't it? Yes. So it's a proverbial
70th minute for
So let's hope that something happens in this proverbial 70th minute. Otherwise, if nothing happens, it ceases to be proverbial. But a good run down on the right side with Sheweke Guksa having expected a ball to go through for him. The first time they were thinking of coming through the center, and then it doesn't work out. Just touched off the field of play by Abtamu Tekeste. Yeah, I said much earlier on, they keep on bringing him as a substitute as well. This is always around the 77th minute, so today's been given 6 minutes extra. Wandibo Menyelo is in the game now.
ለዛሬው ከግማሽ ሰዓት በኋላ ተረፍት በኋላ የገባሁት ያው ረጅም ሰዓት ስለሚሆን ያው ዩቲዩብን ስለማይሰጥ ማለት ነው። ከ5 ደቂቃ በኋላ ነው የገባሁት ማለት ነው ከረፍት። ስለዚህ
This is a tactical change.
ፋሲል ውስጤ
Also,
ነው
I think
ያልኩኝ እኔ
Vikas
ፋሲል
Kenema is the one
በጣም
to pull down. Number 3.
አንደኛ ደጋፊ ስለሆንኩ
He was playing in a right back position. If he's the one, then there's a
ፋሲልን
multi
የምትደግፉ
organization. Who's one
የገባችሁ
who's
ማየት
striker.
ትችላላችሁ
So they're
ከወደዳችሁ
getting one person up at the front
Like,
there, to try and get the
comment,
goals.
subscribe,
That must be what they're looking at.
ማለትም ለእኔ
And
ኮሜንት መስጠታችሁ
it would be very
ይጠቅመኛል።
courageous of them to do that.
እንደገናም ደግሞ ውዶቼ እንድታበረታችኝ
There'll be a lot of desperate moments as well. That's the new substitute. Wandimu Minyi. A foul has been given to Bahrdar. I think Wandimu, I say he makes an impact when he comes in as a second half substitute, usually in that minute, around the 70th minute. Last time he came in against Hadia Hussaina. He was in the 77th minute. We got another player who just went down off the ball, Enyeo Kasahuna, just off the ball. And the Bahrdar players really want to try this. That's why they're helping Enyeo up, because they want the game to go on. They do not want any time wasted here. It cools down the momentum whenever there is too much pressure. To go down and have the referee checked on you. The rest have a minute or so to catch their breath. Bahrdar are pushing. And Samake Mikhail knows it. Today he's been so much in the game. With the saves, with putting the ball out. His anticipation is 100% at the moment. What do Bahrdar have in terms of set pieces?
አይገባም ብዬ አስባለሁ። ምክንያቱም ሩቅ ነው ያለው ኳሱ።
Waiting to see whether they can get the rebound as well. Samake does the right thing to send the ball back. This ball has a way of bouncing off your chest every time that it comes on a hard one. And now they have to run back into possession. There's enough red jerseys up on the front going for a shot, easily taken by Harrison Hesu. Gilbert, I could see you up with 4 fingers
አንድ
of
ቻንስ
five.
ነበር
What were
አሁን
you trying
ላይ
to say?
ፋሲል ከነማ ወደ
Players
ባህርዳር
need to attack after that counter attack.
ለማስገባት
Right.
ማለት
So
ነው።
what did you
ሁለቱም
want them to
ወንድማች
do?
ቢሆኑም ያው ኳስ ስለሆነ
our friend
ደግሞ
Mutin
የግድ
Qasim should have chosen
ያው
either of
ጨዋታ
those
ነው
four
ለማለት
who
ፈልጌ
were
ነው።
in prime position to score a goal, and he decides to go by himself. Okay. And the other players are very livid with him. He was selfish. He was selfish. I'm gonna have for protection now. I'm gonna ask for protection here, but here is a shot, and then the rebound is in the net. Bahrdar have tied this one, and they're calling for a celebration.
አንድ ለአንድ ናቸው። ባህር ዳር አሁን አስገቡ ማለት ነው ከ74ኛው ደቂቃ ላይ ባህር ዳር ከነማ አንድ ጎል አስቆጥረዋል። አንድ ለአንድ ሆነ ማለት ነው። አሁን ኳስ ስለሆነ ያው ምንም ማድረግ አይቻልም። እየተጽናናን አንድ ለአንድ ሆነናል ማለት ነው። ኳስ እንደዚህ ነው። ወደ መጨረሻ አካባቢ ምን ጊዜ ይገባል። ከ74ኛው ደቂቃ ላይ አስገብተዋል ባህር ዳር።
They've really labored for it. And it comes off the right side of the attack. There are 3 defenders. One is displaced. A shot goes directly here. And then some very good reaction on the left foot is what it takes from Baye Gezahen to level the scores at the Addis Ababa Stadium. He calmly slots it past the goalkeeper. He knows very well that the goalkeeper will not come to that right side. And he's got reason to celebrate. And he's wondering, I can't hear you, Fritz. Well, on the other side, Samake and the defenders are wondering, what just happened there? He's just been thrown to the dusters. Surely. And what a way to come back, especially for the fans who have been... What a celebration. What a celebration. We have a game in our hands by Bahrdar 1 and Fasil 1. And I still will remind you that Bahrdar is playing 1 man less. But it's not showing. Here is another shot again, bouncing back into the center. And now they have to start the build-up again from their side. This is going to be offside. Malem will not get to that one. Samake was already off his line. Now we're going to see a little bit more of Samake in his flamboyant style. Gilbert, how would you describe the situation at the moment? Well, what a way for that man in the skin, Fitzzoom Alemo. After being tightly marked and gotten out of the game, he decides to take upon himself
and brings in a blockbuster that Samake Michael was unable to stop. And that coach knows that he's in for a rough afternoon after Bahrdar happened to have equalized. And you can see how
you said Bahrdar Kenema was በአንድ ተጫዋች ቅናሽ ነው የሚጫወቱት ያለ በ11 ማለት ነው። አንዱ በቀይ ካርድ ስለወጣ እና ፋሲል ከነማ ከማስገባታቸው በፊት ማለት ነው። ሁለቱ ቢጫ ተሰጥቶት አንዱ ቀይ አግኝቶ በቃ ወጥቷል ማለት ነው። ጎበዞች ናቸው እንግዲህ በጎደሎ ተጫዋች እየተጫወቱ ነው አሁን ሲያስገቡት አሁን አንድ ለአንድ ናቸው።
This game, but as it currently is, they might just be sharing these points here. The coach versus his former captain. Well, this is back into the midfield, and we'll be seeing a little bit of flashy play here as Fasil will come out full blast as well. Now the question will be whether Bahrdar can have the character of mind to be able to hold on and also try and win the game, but make sure that they don't concede, or whether it will be the other way around, that Fasil will have the character of mind to go forward and put in a goal. I don't know what Ahmed is saying here. Seems to be talking nastily to the assistant referee, or is he talking to the players? Yeah, it seems to be looking at the players, Ahmed. You never go that way, Ahmed Rashid. Well, he is talking to the players here. I don't know what they told him. They all seem to be shocked there. It's a distraction, and they exchange words. Players don't talk very nicely to each other. No. They say very many things. And a lot of things can happen out of that kind of result. It's going to be a throw in here. 79th minute of the game. There's drama on the field. There's drama off the field. There's drama in the side fronts. And this would probably pass for more than just an action movie in football. It has its moments of soap opera in football, but it also has its moments of very, very rapid fire in this game. Back to Wale. To Odessa. And again, this will be a penalty. No doubt about it.
No.
There is no way that will be contested. The that must be Baye was getting in there. The calmness that he had is not Milan on the side stand. But Samake was getting ready to save that one.
Oh my God!
But he's got a real chance to be able to lead this game. The high drama is on. Here it is again. Actually, it is Wodimu. Benyelo was trying to get onto that ball. He's facing the goal. And he's obviously going to have possession of it. He's ahead of the defender. This is a goal scoring opportunity. Yeah, that little touch at the back that usually throws the players off their feet. They're celebrating it as if they've already scored it because they know it's more than half the chance. Who's going to take the responsibility then? We know on the other side is the goalkeeper, Mikel Samake. I think Benyelo himself, yes, is the one who's going to be taking it. He's got the fresh legs as well. Oh, the coach is in a little prayer. Yeah, there are times when it gets out of hand. You must call for intervention from above. Samake equally has called on intervention from above. So now let's leave it to the tact of football. Benyelo Wodimu, who came in the 71st minute, versus Mikel Samake. Little walk. Samake stays on line. He's gonna get a card and for the celebration. But I love my team, and I have scored for them from a penalty position.
Bahrdar Kenema almost get oh my God! I'm sorry, Fasil Kenema. ሁለተኛ ወንድሞች ስለሆኑ ምንም ማድረግ አልችልም። ግን ደግሞ አዝናለሁ ለፋሲል። ባህርዳር በጎዶሎ ተጫዋች ነው እንደዚህ እያስገባ ያሉት ኳስና 2-1 ናቸው። አሁን ደግሞ ሚዲያ ላይ ያው ማሊያ ማውለቅ አይቻልም። አሁን ማሊያ ስላወለቀ ምን እንደሚባል አናውቅም። ያ ቢጫ ካርድ ተሰጠው አለው። በቃ ቢጫ ካርድ ተሰጠው፣ ምክንያቱም ሜዳ ላይ ማሊያውን ስላወለቀ ማለት ነው። አይችልም ደስ ስለሚለው በቃ ያልቃል ማለት አይታወቀውም ማለት ነው። ፋሲል ከነማ በስመ አብ ማን ነው? እኔ ተናደድኩኝ።
2-1 in favor of Bahrdar because of the 81st minute goal. What a game here. I told you, Bernard, that going by the fact that St. George was 1-1 down. Oh, handball here. Very easily spotted. Jim is trying to get an unfair advantage here. That's very deliberate as well. The assistant's doing the right thing to explain what happened. And he says,
ባለቀ ሰዓት ማለት ነው እንግዲህ አሁን 82 ደቂቃ 22 ሰከንድ ናቸው።
This player has been yellow carded for not even kicking a ball. He was has been yellow carded for over celebrating. There's a lot of stories about why there was not over celebration here. You know, coaches get into very difficult situations where sometimes you're given just a game or two to prove yourself, or then your contract gets terminated. You know, they agree. You agree with the teams. You get
ይገርመኛል ፋሲል ከነማ ለምን ተጫዋች ባለቀ ሰዓት እንደማይቀይር በግል
the Fasil Kenema coach, I mean the Bahrdar coach, that coach, Fasil Tekalin. Seriously, he had so much on his shoulder, especially after Osan had already been put out and he had to contend with 9 men at the top. Surely, and that one substitution that he has made, that is the mark of a genius. Yep.
Yellow card, pizza card ተሰጠው ነው ቀይ ካርድ ተሰጠው
and that's a red card.
Oh,
he is out of the game.
Yeah,
you need to keep the character. That's what I said. The important thing is to see whether or not they're going to have the character in the game. Whatever Mignili was over celebrating when he scored the goal, and now he's committed the foul, and he's been yellow carded. Second yellow card. And that makes two of them now. An 83rd minute red card. Here it is again.
okay.
Even if he didn't have a yellow card, he'd have gone for a red card directly.
አምስት ቁጥሩ ማለት ነው የባህርዳር ተጫዋች የፋሲል ከነማ ተጫዋች ፊት ስለጣለ ቢጫ ካርድ ተሰጠው። ከዛም ድጋሜ ቢጫ አሁን ቀይ ካርድ ምክንያቱም ስለተጋፈጠ ማለት ነው።
You've just come into the impact. You scored a goal, won a penalty. You need the calmness that's required for you to have
ምክንያቱም ቀይ ካርድ ስላገኘ መጫወት አይችልም ማለት ነው። ውጣ ተባለ።
Puts no pressure on Bahrdar. Now they're left with only 9 marks for them. Not a good sign. You've got to have the character. You've got to have the discipline. That's the important thing in the game of football. And that discipline was missing there. It is of no consequence. He already has a yellow card. You might finish someone's career. And Shibikit Kuksa is the man who went down. So now for Bahrdar, they're playing 2 men less.
ሁለት ተጫዋች ወጥቶባቸዋል። አሁን እነሱ በሁለት ተጎድሎ ተጫዋች ነው የሚጫወቱ ያሉት አሁን ጀምሮ ማለት ነው ከ85ኛው ደቂቃ ጀምሮ
use the advantage they have to see whether or not they can go further forward. They still in play for Fasil. Now they're going to have to play 120% better and more. And probably just pack the defense, push back into the midfield. They won't have the numbers in the midfield.
ፋሲል ከነማ ትንሽ ያንቀላፉ ይመስለኛል።
This one bounces off the goalkeeper and Fasil.
Yes, ሁለት ለሁለት ሆኖ አሁን yes ፋሲል ከነማ ኳስ ያስቆጥራል።
The high drama continues.
Wow.
It's going to be 2-2. But Harrison Jesus seems to have had it in his grasp. He prepared it over time for the shot. He tried to grab it. He didn't push it back. He tried to grab it. Here it is again.
Yes.
Yeah, he has the confidence to grab it. It's brought back.
በጣም አሪፍ ኳስ ነው ያስቆጠረው። ከሩቅ የትምህርት ኳስ ነው ቀጥታ የገባው። ሳሙኤል ዮሐንስ ነው ያስገባው። ያስቆጠረው ኳስን ማለት ነው 2-2 ናቸው አሁን።
He brings back the pride of the Fasil side, doesn't he? Well, it does, surely. Harrison has on surely at this point. Let's go back.
Yes.
What is it about Jesus? The goalkeeper, the goalkeeper is just adding to misery to the team. That was a feeble shot. It was a feeble shot.
ሰማንያ ሰባተኛው ደቂቃ ላይ ናቸው። አሁን መፍጠን አለባቸው ቢያንስ እንኳን አሸናፊ ሳይሆን በቃ ኳስ ስለሆነ ያ
This man knows that he's cost the team a chance to take 3 points here. He scored when he came in and he was yellow carded and was sent off in the 83rd minute of the game.
Yeah.
Just about 1.5 minutes in regular time remaining. Gilbert, how would you describe this game? Well, I mean, it's been very entertaining. It has had all the ingredients that you expected
የባህርዳር አሰልጣኝ በጣም ያዝናል።
this magnitude and that coach
ደግሞ እውነቱን ነው ማለት ያሰለጠናቸው ልጆች ሁለቱ በቀይ ካርድ ስለወጡበት ማለት
is
ነው።
a master at this game because the substitutions that he
ግን
made
ጎበዞች ናቸው። እንደዛም ሆኖ ተጫውተዋል በደንብ።
he's really controlled his team on the field. Well, they are still celebrating it here. I think the shot initially came from Samuel Yohannes. Then it was converted by Nathaniel Capri-Georges. The fans of the Bahrdar side are taking over the giving of instructions for the team. They seem to be saying we should be removed and they know it. The actions are all the same. They are wondering who should come off the field of play and who should remain. Alemo is offering himself, I think, to be substituted, but he's not the one who gets substituted. They don't execute it right now. They're trying to bring in Slamak again. Forward into the box. Fasil bring it back onto the right side. But now's not the time to be fancy about the clearance. It's going to be a foul here. Now it's just the time to give the ball out at the front. Well, I think it's just a question of protecting what they have right at this point because they are 2 man less. They just need to protect what they have at this particular point and stop being fancy, especially in the defensive line. That is for Bahrdar Kenema. 2 penalties in this game. And Demo
89ኛው ደቂቃ ከ09 ሰከንድ ደርሷል። ማለት ያው ትንሽ ደቂቃዎች ነው የቀራቸው። ከዛ ደግሞ የባከነ ሰዓት የሚሰጣቸው ምን ያክል ደቂቃ እንደሆነ አይታወቅም። ምናልባት 5 ደቂቃ እስከ 6 ደቂቃ ሊሆን ይችላል። ግን የባከነ ጊዜ የላቸውም ብዬ አስባለሁ።
over celebrating and removing his jersey as well. And then he gets carded again for an unnecessary tackle.
Bahrdar Kenema ተጫዋቾች በዛት አንዱ ያ ኳስ ከጎል ካስቆጠረ በኋላ ማሊያ በማውጣት ተጫዋቾች ይሰጡታል። ሁለት ደግሞ ተጫዋቾችን ከስሮ በመጣል ቢጫ ሁለት የተሰጡታቸው መጨረሻ ላይ ሶስተኛ ላይ ቀይ ተሰጥቶ ወዲያው ነው የወጡት። ሁለት ተጫዋቾች አሉ። አንድ ከመጀመሪያው ጎል ካስቆጠሩ ፋሲል ከነማ በፊት አንድ ሁለተኛ ደግሞ ከረፍት በኋላ ያለው ነው የወጣው። ኦልሞስት ከ85ኛው ደቂቃ ላይ ነው የወጣው። ሁለት ተጫዋቾች ፋሲል ከነማ በባህርዳር ከነማ በቀይ ተሰጥተዋል ማለት ነው። አንድ ቢጫ ሁለት ለሁለት ናቸው። ዘጠነኛው ደቂቃ ላይ ደርሰናል። ከ28 ሰከንድ የጨዋታ ሰዓት ምናልባት የባከነ ደቂቃ ምን ያክል እንደሚሰጥ እንጠብቃለን። 3 ደቂቃ ነው የተሰጣቸው የጨዋታ ሰዓት የባከነ ደቂቃ ማለት ነው።
Advantages Fasil now with the Bahrdar now he will stop play. The big clearance was coming from Kezahe, but he also went in a little bit too hard and he hurt himself in the process. He comes out the worst. He should just remember that if he stays down there, the stoppage time in added time will be added to the added time. Well again, Gilbert. These players are
ምናልባት ያው ደቂቃዎቹ እያለቁ ስለሆነ በዚሁ እንዲያልቅ ስለሚፈልጉ ብዙ ጊዜ ተጫዋቾችም ያው የሆነ ነገር ይሰጣሉ ማለት ነው። የተለመደ ነው።
why they cannot be able to at least put the final nail in that box, in the coffin, after being given an opportunity by this one man who was given a red card, that is Osano. He hasn't gotten over it yet. Osano. See him out. Why do they want Sim Kemede out? Or is this just the opinion of one person? The Fasil Kenema side. I am sure the other side of it says Sim forever.
Is he a Bahrdar
Kenema? But what about for this man? His job is on the line. And he was already getting it back with the time they were leading by 2 goals. And then just an unnecessary red card from Minilo Odimo. This is offside.
Offside, no?
They've won 2 matches and lost 1. And there's only 4 games, but not 4 games into. Who are you talking about? It is Bahrdar. Okay. Yeah. Why would they want to panic? No. For Fasil, they would be panic because they remember what St. George's did to them. St. George did to them when they had one best everyone. That is why so.
የባከነ ሰዓት ከተሰጠ በተለይ ብዙ ጊዜ ኳስ የሚገባበት ሰዓት ስለሆነ ያስፈራል።
Yes, it's going to be some market now. Taking the ball on this other side to start it. And the captain will send it forward. They have the numbers. They actually have 2 men extra. Or put it the other way around. But Bahrdar have 2 men less. That's the whistle.
ተጨረሰ። 2-2 ናቸው። ያሸነፈም የተሸነፈም የለም። ያው በነጥብ ፋሲል ከነማ ይበልጣል ማለት ነው። ጨዋታው እንዲሁ አልቀዋል። ግን በጣም እስካሁን እንደዚሁ ነው በእጅ ይዤ ያሳየኋችሁ ማለት ነው። ፋሲል ከነማ ውስጤ ነው። ምንም ማድረግ አልችልም። ባህርዳር ከነማም ቢሆን የኔ ነው፣ ወንድሜ ነው። ግን ፋሲል ደግሞ ነው። ፋሲል ከነማ አሁን ሙዚቃውን ጋብዛችሁ በማህሪ ደግሞ ፋሲል ከነማ የሚለው
I don't know why Wasedo Ali is celebrating this.
እና እንደወደዳችሁ ተስፋ አደርጋለሁኝ። ምንም ሙሉን ባላሳያችሁም በሌላ ጊዜ ደግሞ ኳሲኖን አንዳንዴ ያሳያችኋለሁ ብዬ አስባለሁ። አብራችሁኝ ስለነበራችሁ ከልብ አመሰግናለሁኝ። ከዚህ በመቀጠል ያው 2 ወንድማማቾች የገጠሙትን ኳስ እኔ ደግሞ ያው ላይቭ በመከታተሌ በጣም እድለኛና ደስተኛ ነኝ። እናንተም እንደወደዳችሁት እርግጠኛ ነኝ። ምናልባት ከዚህ በኋላ እረፍት ባለኝ ሰዓት ጨዋታ ሲካሄድ አብሬ እናንተንም ላሳያችሁ እችላለሁ ብዬ አስባለሁ። ከወደዳችሁት እንደሚታወቀው ማድረግ ያለባችሁን አትርሱ። ካልወደዳችሁት ደግሞ ያው ሰው የራሱን ስሜት ስለሆነ የሚገልጸው እኔ ፋሲል ከነማ ውስጤ ነው። የፋሲል ከነማ ነገር አይሆንልኝም። ስለዚህ እንከታተላለን። አሁን ሙዚቃ ብቻ ልጋብዛችሁና ከዛ በኋላ ያልቃል ማለት ነው። ኦልሬዲ ያልቃል። ፋሲል ከነማ ያው እኩል ለኩል ስለሆነ የጨረሱት 2-2 ማለት ነው። ያሸነፈም የተሸነፈም የለም። ግን ከዚህ በፊት ስላሸነፈ ፋሲል ከነማ በነጥብ ፋሲል ከነማ ይበልጣል ማለት ነው። ምንም ለኳስ ብዙ Fasil again. አመሰግናለሁ አብራችሁኝ ስለነበራችሁ ለቆያችሁ አብራችሁኝ ስለተከታተላችሁ። ፋሲል ከነማ ሁሌም ከክለብ በላይ ነው። ፋሲል ከነማ ውስጤ ነው እያልኩ በዚሁ ውድ ጓደኞቼ ሰናበታችኋለሁ። አሁን ኦንላይን የነበራችሁ አብራችሁኝ የተከታተላችሁ ከልብ እያመሰገንኩኝ ለቀጣይ ደግሞ እንደምትከታተሉኝ አልጠራጠርም። ቆይታችሁ ለምታዩት ደግሞ ያ መልካም መዝናናት። ምናልባት ኢንፎርሜሽኖችን በደንብ ባላደርስላችሁ 2-2 አልቋል ጨዋታው ማለት ነው። ፋሲል ሁሌም ወደፊት ባህርዳር ከተማም ቢሆን አይደለም ውስጣችን ነው፣ ግን ደግሞ ፋሲል የተለየ ስለሆነ የኔ ነው። ፋሲል ከነማ ውስጤ ነው እያልኳለሁ። ሰላም ሁኑልኝ። መልካም ቀን ተመኘላችሁ። መልካም ቅዳሜ ፋሲል ከነማ ከዋስ ጋር መዝናናት ሙዚቃችሁ ታዳምጡ ዘንድ ጋብዣችኋለሁ። ሰላም ሁኑልኝ። ኢትዮጵያ ለዘላለም ትለምልም። ኢትዮጵያ ከፍ ብላ ትታይ። የሚጻረራት ሰይጣን መልካሙን ነገር ለሀገር እየተመኘሁ ኢትዮጵያን ሁሌም ልቤ ነች። እናንተንም አከብራችኋለሁ። አመሰግናለሁ። ሰላም ሁኑልኝ። እንደኔ ሙዚቃ እያዳመጣችሁ ጽፉት ካላችሁ እየጻፋችሁ የምታነቡት ካለ እያነበባችሁ ቀናችሁንና ቅዳሜያችሁን ታሳልፉ ዘንድ መልካም ግብዣዬ ነው። ውዶችዬ ሰላም ሁኑልኝ። ባይ